Hey there, I'm the MadCatster. Am I glad to see you here? Well, most of you have probably heard of Jeffree Star, and if you have been paying attention the last few days, you'll know that he's kind of gone off the rails in some of the things he's been tweeting and some of the video he's been putting out. Well, I did some looking at what he's alleging, and I found some really interesting things about Jeffree Star that relate to the Illuminati, and I'm going to share those with you, so buckle up and let's go. So I'm here with Cedric because unfortunately Sybil has a cold and she's been sneezing up a storm today, but she's fine. She's been eating, which is the only thing that concerns me. So Sybil's fine. She'll be back in the next video, but Cedric is here, my rambunctious little nudge of a boy, and he's here to say Happy New Year, everybody. What do you think of my bowler hat? This is new, and I got a new crazy shirt. I have some people tell me how ugly some of my shirts are, so I purposely bought this one. Oh, look it! Ah, I spoke too soon. Here she is. She heard her name. Sybil the Enforcer is here, even though she doesn't feel good, and she's such a dutiful... You hear her? She just sneezed. But Sybil says, please like and subscribe. It'll make her feel better. And she hopes you guys have a happy new year. So Jeffree Star has been bubbling up in social media the last few days because of some of the weird things he's been saying about the Illuminati and Britney Spears and Kanye West. And it just really sounded crazy to me. So I took a little bit of a look at it and I found some interesting things. So we're going to talk about that in a second. But most of you probably know who Jeffree Star is. If you don't, that's okay, because most of the world, I'm sure, has no idea who Jeffree Star is. He still seems to think that his presence is larger than life and that these mystical forces have targeted him. So we know that Jeffree Star has made a fortune in the beauty industry and in the businesses that he has had. And then all of a sudden, what was it, about almost 2 years ago, he decided to up and leave Los Angeles and go out to Wyoming and buy a ranch and raise yaks and then sell the yaks for food, and he's been sort of hibernating in Wyoming ever since. Well, I don't know whether it's the fact that he's so isolated that's making him think these bizarre things, but he seems to think that he's running away from the Illuminati, and I'm going to put up the crazy tweets that he put out yesterday. So this is what he had to say. So here are the tweets he put out yesterday that had everybody talking. First, there was one that said, anyone who challenges the system gets eliminated. And then there was one that said, in 2020, I was going to expose everything. Ooh, in a matter of days. The Hollywood elite tried to ruin my entire career, villainized me, and flooded the news with lies to discredit me. If you guys only knew the truth about what they are doing to Britney and Kanye. Then he says, what a crazy effing year. I escaped the Illuminati in 2021, and they still haven't ended me. Every day I wake up grateful. Okay, so first of all, he's trying to say that for some reason, the Hollywood elite, so I don't know, is he talking about Kim Kardashian and Kanye West? Because I don't know who the Hollywood elite is that he thinks is after him, because I suspect most of the Hollywood elite could give a crap about Jeffree Star, whether he exists or doesn't exist. And so that sounds a little delusional in my opinion. But he seems to think that Hollywood like chased him out of town. And he's claiming that somehow these mystical forces are doing things to Britney and Kanye West. Well, we all know about Britney Spears and the unfortunate situation that she had been put through during her conservatorship. You know, as far as who was controlling Britney Spears, it wasn't the Hollywood elite, unless Jamie Spears, her father, is the Hollywood elite. Okay? And as far as Kanye West, we know for the last several years, if you've been paying attention, Kanye's been doing just fine ruining his own career without the Hollywood elite coming after him, or without them coming after him, you know, and whatever he's got going on with the Kardashians, I don't consider the Kardashians to be Hollywood elite. Whatever is going on in Britney Spears' life or in Kanye West's life, I don't think it has anything to do with the Hollywood elite. That's the first part. Now, he claims that he escaped the Illuminati in 2021. So again, I know Jeffree Star is really famous in social media. I know he's been a big beauty influencer over the last, decade, and that he's made a ton of money and that he's been done very, very well and been very successful. But that said, I still contend most of the world, I don't believe, even knows his name. Okay. So outside of a certain sphere of influence, Jeffree Star is not some major personality that the world is out to get. And the Illuminati, if they existed, and we're going to talk about that in a second, and some weird coincidences, but stay with me. Why would the Illuminati give a crap if they existed about Jeffree Star? Jeffree Star can offer them nothing in terms of power and control, since they're supposed to be wanting to control the entire world. Okay, so I think Jeffree Star has been spending too much time with his yaks and isolated on his farm. And that's my opinion, and I'm entitled to my opinion. But anyway, so let's talk about the Illuminati and Jeffree Star. For those of you who don't know, I'm briefly just going to tell you sort of what the basis of what the Illuminati is. You can see here, it says, what is the Illuminati? Well, in a historical sense, the term Illuminati refers to the Bavarian Illuminati, a secret society that operated for only a decade from 1776 to 1785. The organization was founded by Adam Weishaupt, a German law professor who believed strongly in Enlightenment ideals, and his Illuminati ordinance sought to promote those ideals among elites. They wanted to educate Illuminati members in reason, philanthropy, and other secular values so that they could influence political decisions when they came to power. So technically, they wanted to influence political figures, and they wanted to exert this Enlightenment influence. So nothing sinister, and I know, like, Dan Brown's novel, The Illuminati, supposedly has been involved in these conspiracies, and I'm sure Jeffree Star hanging out with Shane Dawson hasn't helped in terms of him getting caught up in conspiracy theories. But for all intents and purposes, as far as I know, the Illuminati doesn't exist. The Illuminati is this mythical organization that people think is this international group that has its fingers on all the levers of power and that they control the world and the fates of nations and economies, etc. Absolutely, in my opinion, nonsense, okay? Now, some people get the Illuminati confused with the Freemasons, and the Freemasons is like, at this point in time, is now just basically this secret society, but it's really a social organization where they do charitable work and things. It has nothing to do with controlling the world, and it's really a fraternal organization and a philanthropic organization. But people sometimes get them confused because there's all these secret rites in the Freemasons. But again, they're not trying to control the world. They don't control the world. Okay, so it all comes back to, I think Jeffree Star has been isolated on his ranch in Wyoming a little too long. But then I started looking, because we know there's been controversy swirling around Jeffree Star. A couple of years ago, there was a ridiculous rumor going around that he somehow had a liaison with Kanye West, and he came out and said that how that absolutely was not true, etc. And I thought it sounded ridiculous. But today I was just sort of looking around, and there's some weird things I came across. The first is, did you know that Kanye West has a huge ranch in Wyoming? And that a couple of years ago, there was this YouTube channel that since been pulled down that had made a video alleging bizarrely that Kanye West had built walls around his ranch, and somehow that was related to the Illuminati. And so then, coincidentally, Jeffree Star moves to Wyoming, seemingly the middle of nowhere. It's like, you think to yourself, this person, and if you know anything about his life and his career, you're like, I even said to myself, why on earth is this guy moving to Wyoming on a ranch in the middle of nowhere? But that's what he did. So then, if you really wanted to buy into a conspiracy theory, you could think, well, Kanye West has a ranch, and he's been alleged to have some kind of connection to the Illuminati, and then Jeffree Star moved to Wyoming and bought a ranch. And then I looked online, and what do you know? What did I find? There's a Facebook group for the Illuminati organization. And guess what? They have a chapter in Wyoming. And I'm going to put up what I found here on Facebook. So then you have to start to ask yourself, if you're going to, let's pretend we're Shane Dawson now. So maybe Jeffree Star and Kanye West are actually in the Illuminati, and Jeffree Star is throwing off this smokescreen to distract us so that we don't realize he's one of the Illuminati, and that they're really in control of the world. And so he's trying to deflect suspicion from himself by saying all these crazy things.
I sent out some tweets yesterday, and I just wanted to start a conversation. I wanted to see where everyone's head was at. It's 2023 tomorrow, and there has just been so much change in my life over the last 3 years, and I wanted to share a glimpse. I know it's bizarre, maybe a little scary. People may think I'm full of shit. That's okay. The world's fucking insane. And I'm living my peaceful life out here. But there's so many things I hope to share soon from my personal experiences. So I love you guys. I can't believe this year is over.
Anyways, of course, none of that is true. It's all ridiculous. But if you really wanted to swirl around in the conspiracy theories, you could make up some kind of ridiculous nonsense like that. But anyways, I think Jeffree Star is getting a little cabin fever. And in fact, if you look here, the newest addition to the Star Yak Ranch, he has camels there. So now what is he going to do? Start selling camel meat? I mean, that would just totally gross me out. Somehow he's adding camels to his menagerie out there. I don't know whether maybe he's building Noah's Ark. Who knows? Let me know what you think about all this down below. I hope you guys are having a great New Year's Eve. I don't know if I'll get this up before midnight, but you know, we're getting close to that hour when Austin McBroom's balls drop. I mean, I'm sorry, that when the Times Square ball drops and 2023 will come rushing in, and what do you know, we start a whole new year. I want to thank you guys so much for coming along on this journey with me for this past year and a half. I'm so glad to have you here. If you aren't subscribed, please like and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, and I'm trying to grow, and I'm still a little fish in a big pond. Help me out. Subscribe, like the video, leave a comment. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a healthy, happy new year. I want to thank a few people who sent us. We got so many nice things from you guys for the cats from the Amazon wish list for Christmas. I want to thank Construction Cronies so much. They sent us one of the nice litter boxes that we so desperately need because I'm replacing all of my litter boxes right now. I want to say thank you to Laureen K, who sent us Friskies, pate, cat food. Thank you so much. We love the food. I want to thank, and please forgive me if I mispronounce your name, Quay Young. I want to thank Quay Young. Thank you so much for the things that you sent. Lightweight cat litter, some catnip mice. She also sent us some Temptations cat treats. Thank you so, so much. And then from Jason S, we got some Purina Tidy Cats, lightweight cat litter. Thank you so much. And also from Jason, we got some Friskies wet cat food. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jason. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for everyone who sent things to us throughout this year. We really, really appreciate it. You guys are so wonderful. The cats and I thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you so much to all of our Patreon patrons whose help helps us pay that monthly vet bill. And thank you so much to our channel members. You guys help out so much too in defraying the costs of the cats, the 15 cats and I who are here. And some of you have asked me about seeing more of the cats. So I think I'm going to, now that video shorts on YouTube are starting to get a little bit more popular, I think I'm going to make some shorts about the cats. I don't think I'm going to do like full-length videos about the cats, but I think I'm going to make some shorts about the cats. So I'll be doing that. And also I have my second channel I'm going to be starting after the first year for true crime. I'll let you know when that's up. Thank you so much, guys, for your love and support. We love you. Have a healthy, happy new year. Please don't drink and drive. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. And I will see you in the next one.
Pretty please. Subscribe, like, and hit the bell. I get a treat for every new sub. Thank you.